Ooh, meaty topics. How do we get away from medicine, dealing with stress, mental health, our hobbies and interests?
Run.
Nobody ever has come back from a run and thought, I did not want to go on that run.
You need to get away from medicine, definitely. It's just, otherwise it will literally consume you.
Yeah. What do you guys do in your spare time?
Sit on the sofa.
Sitting on the sofa is great.
Before you go on the run, you don't want to go. You don't want to go. Nobody does. No one gets up in the morning and goes, I want to go on a run today. No, like that doesn't happen.
How do we get away? We get away quite a bit, and we actually do. We get away. We've done everything from going to a driving range, just go to Sefton Park, play tennis.
Yeah.
We book loads of five-a-side matches between us and other friends.
Yeah.
We quite like going to the charity shops as well, which
Yeah.
is always a good way to get away from it.
Yeah.
So just like you get back from places when it's still open, just kind of, it gets you out and about, like you have a bit of a walk, sometimes you get a few bargains, why not?
Everyone should rock climb. It's so great. Like I back it so much. In terms of mental health, you know, it's actually very good because, okay, yeah, you might be a little bit scared of it, and if it makes you really anxious going, probably not helpful. But the idea of going somewhere and like all you have to concentrate on is like climbing a wall and not falling off. I think it's very meditative.
My hobbies or interests are particularly interesting. So like, I like going to the gym, like everyone.
Gym lad.
But it doesn't really matter what your interests are. Like, it doesn't have to be like, that's what I like to do in my spare time.
Whenever you go to the gym, you can always find a medic in the gym, just because it's literally one of the best ways to relieve stress. It really is. And I was not a gym goer before I came to university. I would never go. But you really do release stress by just going and exercising.
We go on a lot of walks. We've got some great parks in Liverpool. So beautiful.
Green spaces in Liverpool,
Yeah,
I think, are really
so
good.
beautiful.
Really good. Actually, we should have put that.
Just for like, if you're feeling a bit stressed, just go on a little walk, take in the scenery, listen to music if you want to.
Get out and get some fresh air. It doesn't mean you have to go for like a run. You don't have to be that person like goes to the gym and stuff. But like, I get very anxious, so just going out for a walk kind of gives you a bit more clarity and like perspective.
So how medicine can be stressful. I think what we've already said in previous episodes, it's just a lot of work, isn't it? People always tell you this in A-levels and you're just like, oh, it'll be fine, it can't be worse than A-levels. It's different to A-levels because in A-levels you're spoon-fed, there's a lot of content, but with this you're left to your own devices, so very, very quickly it can be like May and it'll be exams and you haven't lifted a pen.
Medicine can be stressful in like various ways. We know the vast amount of content that we need to know.
Yeah.
We know there is so much that we need to know, and sometimes you feel like that weighing on your shoulders because you know maybe you haven't revised this one topic and you need to do it. Yeah, and someone else potentially has, and you feel like you need to get to their level, but chances are they'll have not revised something that you have. And that's a stress. And there's also stresses like getting up early in the morning to go to placement or attend lectures. And
sometimes you just can't bring yourself to do it.
Yeah, sometimes you can't.
I think it's so important to look after yourself because at the end of the day, you're still a normal uni student, you're still someone that's doing a degree just like anybody else. And I think there's this misconception that like medical students are a lot different to normal students. And although our degrees are a bit different because it's like a healthcare degree, everyone's still a student and you still have your stress, you still have your fun times, you still go out, you still have fun with your friends.
And then you've got other stresses of uni life in general, like are you eating well, are you managing your money well, are you getting on with your housemates?
Sure, I didn't actually think of that when that question came up.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, I guess that's not stress of medicine in
it's a good
particular.
I think it's a stress off medicine because you've got so much on your plate with the course.
Yeah.
Do you actually look after yourself?
That's true.
It's just about finding things that you enjoy doing that isn't just medicine, because you need to have a life other than medicine, because otherwise it's just not really sustainable, is it? You just burn out.
Well, work-life balance it's so important, because if you're not enjoying what you're doing, if you're not looking after yourself, how can you be happy doing it? How can you continue? You're just going to get burned out, and there's no way forward there, is there?
I don't know if you've come across the term before, but the power hour. So I make sure that I have a power hour every day that's away from medicine, so doing something that I want to do. Do nothing for that full hour, that is absolutely fine. And yeah, don't feel guilty about that as well, even if you have got stuff to do. I truly believe that that power hour then makes you 100% more productive, and yeah, you'll be able to then do medicine better.
I know I've done it where I've kind of just worked non-stop and then ended up like crying in my bed because I just can't keep it up anymore.
I think we've all been there.
Yeah, definitely. And it gets to a point, if you keep on having days like that, you kind of start to resent your degree, which is what you really don't want, because it is 5 years long.
Best way to relieve stress is just meeting up with friends, be they medics or not. Sometimes like it's good to find someone to talk to who doesn't know anything about medicine, so you can talk about something completely different. But other times it's good to talk to someone who has the same experiences as you, so that you can, when you talk to them, you know they're going to understand.
Make plans, because even though sometimes you're in like a bad place and you don't really want to see people, it depends what you're like, but sometimes seeing someone can really just bring your energy up. So even if you don't feel like you're in a place to reach out, sometimes it might be a good thing to do.
You can talk to them and they'll completely get it. You can literally come in crying and they'll calm you down, make you feel better, because they also know, and they know that you don't need to get yourself that worked up about it.
And I found with medicine, I've struggled to get enough like alone time, especially if I'm like doing like 1,000,001 other things, which I frequently find myself in that position. And sometimes it's like letting myself like just like say no and be like, actually, no, I need like this evening or whatever that day, and I'm not gonna like do like, say you're on a society and they're asking you to do things, or like you're thinking, oh, I've got like finals coming up, and just saying, oh, actually, like, no, I'm just gonna like spend some time in my room and just chill out and like let yourself have a break. I think medics are quite self-critical, and just cut yourself some slack. You're allowed to like chill out, and I think medics struggle to do that.
We usually just get out of the house, don't we? And try and just not to talk or think about medicine.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite easy to do, and like the fact that you're surrounded by medicine doesn't mean it has to be your life, right?
Yeah, although medicine jokes slip in.
Medicine jokes do slip in.
Yeah.
I think there's loads of ways to get away from medicine, especially like at uni. There's so many societies you can join. If you're into sports, there's loads of things like that, or like if you're into arty things. There's just so many different societies. You're bound to find one that you like.
Yeah, universities will throw clubs and societies at you, and honestly, just say yes to them all, because you can do literally anything as long as it's not medicine, and it will help your work.
Uni of Liverpool netball sock, and like got myself on committee, like being social sec. And that was so fun. You just meet so many more people, like you're in so many different like friendship groups.
But yeah, it's like I do hockey, I do handball, I'll do like medics hockey, I'll do uni hockey, and anything that you like and you enjoy that takes you away, just do it, because you absolutely need it to survive, because it's such a long slog as university.
To throw yourself into other hobbies. I joined hockey in first year, and it was the best thing I did because it helped me meet people outside medicine, which is, I think, quite important.
Other hobbies, like getting involved in like society, so like artifacts, performing arts and stuff. I get involved in a lot of music stuff. That's a good way to meet people, and it's also just really fun.
So Artifacts is the musical theatre society, so it's split into different things. So there's band, so anyone that's like good with any instruments. Then there's choir, there's dance, and there's also acting as well. And then you can also be part of helping with backstage, which is also so fun, like gets such big, like good vibes from them. Like they're always having such a hilarious time. Like definitely recommend if you don't enjoy being like centre stage and like in front of a crowd, if that's not your thing, like there's always other things to do with them, so definitely recommend doing that.
And they do put on like a lot of events.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so fun to go to.
Yeah, and also get all your friends like medics or non-medics to come and watch. Like it's just such a good like all-round like group to be a part of. Definitely recommend that.
And even if you don't find a society like in first year, you can join societies like even in your third, fourth year. So don't worry that if in first year you joined one and you didn't like it, you can just join different ones and things like that.
Have a little dance in your room. That's what I do.
Forget doing it in your room, just get everyone to do it in the living room.
Read books. If that's what you like doing.
Yeah.
If that's what you like doing.
Binge a series.
Yeah, that's fun.
First year I joined like medics football, and like I was really nervous to go. I didn't really know anyone, but I've made so many friends, and like especially when you do medicine that's going on for like 5 years, you meet people in the year above and the year below, and like you can mingle with other years, and I think that's like a really good thing about doing medicine. And I wouldn't have met a lot of the friends I'd made if I hadn't joined football, so I'm really glad I did that.
It's like taking the initial jump, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
it does
scary.
seem really daunting, but like everyone's really friendly, there's nothing to be scared of.
And everyone's in the same boat as well,
Yeah.
or they were.
Yeah.
They'll understand.
It would be tough to do a medical degree by yourself. Like, say for example, if I had to do a medical degree online now, I don't know whether I can manage. Just because, like, all medics are gonna be friendly people, so just try and make some friends that you can count on when it gets tough, and it'll make it so much easier.
I think the best thing for me has been having a support system of people that are doing the same course, because you understand, like we do all understand each other and we're all under the same pressure. So for me, having like a group of friends on our course that we can like say things to, and you know, we all understand, we're all probably feeling the same way. So I think that's the best way, is talking to people who understand how you're feeling, and you'll realise that everyone's sort of feeling the same way as you.
And just spend time around people, just like laughing, joking, watching movies, cooking together. But just sometimes with medicine, you actually are alone quite a lot, because you always got to do your own thing. Like you need to go and do your own histories and stuff like that when it comes to like placement. So, and a lot of placements you actually by yourself. So it's quite a lot of like being alone and having to like know how to deal with being alone. So when you want to come home, just like relax and just spend time with people.
If you have Spotify Premium, you can get Headspace for free, which is like a meditation app, and you don't pay anything. Whereas if a normal person getting Headspace, you'd have to pay, but Spotify Premium, like, it comes free. I think that's really good to know.
Find strategies and invest the time into finding things that do work for you ultimately, and what gives you that release.
Yeah, I think it's important to sometimes put yourself out of your comfort zone to potentially come across things that you do enjoy and then meet new people. I know it can be quite daunting, but I think it is important to put yourself out there, and when you develop a hobby, you know, you've got something to get away from medicine with.